Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to today's stream, man. I'm super excited. We got a nice Monday. We got no news Monday, so we're starting great into the week. You know, looking at gold. Gold is looking amazing, absolutely bananas. It's flying as always. How are you guys, man? How was your weekend? Tell me about it. What's up, Tony? What's up, Andrelic, Ahmed? Welcome, everybody. What's up, Bagad? Welcome back, man. I'm super happy to see you guys back here, and I'm also, I'm kind of happy to be back at home due to the Wi-Fi and the internet connection. But on the other hand, man, I'm sad to be back in Germany because the weather is not it. Is not it. What's up, fun with Sunny? Welcome to the stream. Coco, oh my God, you made it. Your two payouts. Let's go, bro. W. I'm so proud of you, Coco. Love to hear that, man. What's up, Moan? Hab wirklich alles predicted auf den Tick genau. W. Yeah, I also had a great start to the week, not gonna lie. I was kind of like testing out, flipping a small account. And I turned 150 bucks into 1,200. So I just made 1K in like a day. But I do not recommend flipping, guys, because if you're not experienced in trading, trying to flip accounts, it's just you definitely need like a lot of experience in the charts for you to be able to flip a small account to a bigger one. Total ass week. Trump got us all messed up again. Yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, like if you're trading gold, for me personally, gold is literally the way to go. Like it's super easy. All the trades I took today were buys. So all I'm waiting for is basically for a pullback for me to get in on a position and just start stacking positions because we're very much bullish now. Every time when, for example, crypto goes down or all the other firms and everything goes down, usually gold goes up because gold is considered a safe haven. Because when the world is crumbling, when everything is going crazy, people and investors put their money into gold because gold is the way to go. So if you're trading gold, man, it's super easy. You should be bullish biased. You should wait for a pullback. You should get in and stack the bag, period. What's up, Father? What's up, Nelson? Happy new week as well, guys. So let's still wait for a few people to join in on the live here before I start the breakdown on gold. But we're looking super fine today, again and again, because gold just keeps going, guys. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Also, guys, if you're new to the stream, make sure first of all I'm live every Monday, so I want to see your name that in the chat, right? And I want to remember your name, and I want to see you next week as well. And then besides that, one rule in my stream: no question is a dumb question. So whatever question you have regarding trading, strategy, psychology, investing, whatever it is, type it in the chat. I got you. All right. So any question you have, anything that's on your heart right now, just put it on the chat. Now let me take a sip here. Let's still wait for a few people to join in on here. Got a little ASMR for you. Nah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm kidding. I'm like so hyped right now. I don't know. I'm in a very good mood because I'm done trading basically for the week. And we just got started. Don't you think gold is overinflated? Corb, that is a great question. And now the thing is, you could have asked me this question a week ago, could have asked me 2 weeks ago, and 3 weeks ago, and 4 weeks ago, because we've been bullish for 4 weeks and longer, right? We've been bullish for the longest time. So every week you could ask yourself, isn't gold inflated? And the answer is yes, kind of, because what goes up must come down one day. And as of right now, gold is still pushing, and we don't know how far until it starts a major correction. But as long as we don't get signs for a correction, there is no reason why we should be looking for sells. As long as the market is showing bullishness and buyers are taking over, we should try to hop on that trend and then take the big ride up. Now, the moment we start seeing, a break of structure on the daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, then okay, then we could say we could be heading into the larger pullback now and start being bearish. But if that doesn't happen, as long as that doesn't happen, we should still be, or I'm personally still going to be mainly bullish bias, especially due to all the news going on today. You loved the session last week. Love to hear that, man. Love to hear that. last week, like it's crazy, guys, to imagine that last week I was actually in Brazil, and now I'm like in Germany, and it's like gray and it's cold and rainy. Is a little bit hard on my feelings, man. Not gonna lie, I'm missing it a little bit. I have like I feel like, how do you call it? Like homesick. I feel homesick to Brazil and my boys and the pool and the sun and everything. But we're doing our best here. We've been bullish for over 3 months. Yeah, I mean, we've been bullish since like the existence of gold, basically. But like for like short-term trends, yes, we've been bullish for a while now. What's up, some guy on YouTube? Welcome to the stream, man. Do swing trading? Oh yeah, absolutely. So gold is definitely for long term as well. So if you're, if you're a holder, just hold and stack on gold, guys. Hold and hold and hold, and then over time it will continue rising with value. And you can also actually buy like actual gold, because that will also continue rising in value. Like there's no other way. Right? It will have corrections, it will have pullbacks, but long term it's just gonna keep rising. What's up, Umo James? Welcome to the stream, man. Do swing trading, save yourself from heart attacks. Yeah, bro. Them heart attacks keep coming. Dennis, greetings from Brazil. Man, you still in Brazil? Oh my god, bro. When are you coming back though? When are you coming back, man? I wish I was with you right now, bro. Not gonna lie. The helicopter flight was crazy. All right, we got a lot of people joining in. Let's go over gold here, guys, because I know what you're here for. I know you're not here for me. I know you're here for gold. So let's go over gold here. All right. Oof. Yeah. Look at that juice. Hope you didn't get wrecked by the crypto crash last week. I did not, thankfully. I mean, I do have some long-term holdings, but those type of corrections are fine for me. And when people are scared, that's when you need to react. So when you see people like, oh my God, it's red in the markets. Oh my God, I'm losing all my money. That's exactly when you should be stacking cash, like stacking and just buying and buying. Because scared money don't make no money. What's the favorite thing that I experienced in Brazil? Oh, Coco, that's such a great question, bro. Where should I get started? Honestly, the best thing I experienced was connecting with like-minded people. Like the group dynamic was so insane. Like we all got along so well. We ended up getting like, we all got like this tattoo here, like this turtle, like most of us, because we connected like on another level. Like we had deep talks all the way through the night. We experienced miracles, man. It was God's presence was there. Like, bro, it was just magic. Those 7 days, like of the trading retreat in Brazil, were absolute magic. So I would 100% do it again and again and again. And I'm really, really excited because we're already kind of working on the next retreat next year, which is going to be way, way crazier and way bigger than this one. So I'm very excited. Um, I'm happy that this crash happened. Not gonna lie, yeah, bro. Oh, you heard some sad news? Really? People losing their lives, bro. That's awful. That's terrible, bro. All right, guys, let's break it down here. I'm sorry, but let's break it down. So gold, guys, I already took some juicy buys based off the fair value gap here after market open. So got tagged into the buys here on the fair value gap and went straight to TP 2.5R, and that was basically my final 1K on the day. Now looking at gold though, let's start off on high time frames, because you guys know I love to do the top-down analysis, which I recommend everybody, especially if it's Monday, because you want to come into the week every start of the week, you want to come in with kind of a direction on where price could be heading during the entire week. Now, obviously, we have some news as well expected, especially tomorrow we have Powell speaking. On Wednesday, we have some other news. So the market could still be inflicted by news, but still, I'm more of a price action guy, so I like to focus on price action as well. So looking here, we've been bullish literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks in a row, bullish candles closures. Now, sellers will be like, yo, this week we have to sell, and then they end up getting clapped again and again and again and again. So what do we have to do as traders? We have to adapt to what the market is doing, and the market is bullish, so my bias is bullish, right? I'm not trying to predict the top, guys, because if you try to predict the top, you're gonna get clapped big time. So don't try to predict the top, more so predict the trend, wait for a good entry position, and then take the entry. So daily, also very bullish. We closed in a rejection candle on Friday, currently on a breakout candle, bullish breakout candle, breaking structure, previous structure here on the daily time frame. So we see these daily highs over here where price was struggling for around 2 days to break through. We came back for a pullback. Then price was struggling to go lower than this area here. And we saw a nice hammer candle, which is this one over here on the daily time frame. And next thing you know, boom, breakout to the upside. We continue bullish because we're on a bullish trend. So if this candle closes bullish engulfing, guys, honestly, a nice area for potential longs will be to wait for a pullback back into the 1 hour, into the daily range at the 4060s. I believe that this will be a nice high probability buy area. What's up, Pranav? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Princess Rachel, Andrelic, Keras? I did see the crash, bro. It was crazy. Don't be the Batman. Make the trend your friend. Facts, bro. Yeah, Princess. I'll do USD JPY here in a second. Just let me finish breaking down gold here. So bullish engulfing, then I will wait for a pullback. Now let's go to the 4-hour time frame. That is absolutely bananas. We've been on the breakout candle, breakout phase since like Friday. So no bearish candle whatsoever. This is the breakout leg. This was the previous market structure highs here, right? You see these here. Breakout leg. So we could be anticipating sooner or later a form of a pullback leg somewhere in this range. Probably tomorrow. I'm not so sure we're gonna get it today, maybe in like 3-4 hours or something. But as of right now, we're still bullish. So as long as we maintain above this range, I could see price continuing higher. If not, then we're gonna could see a 40-60 pullback or something like that. So coming to the 1 hour now. Let me delete this here. Bro, why is it not selecting? Also, guys, if you have questions, drop them in the comments, man. I'm reading every comment. If you guys have feedback, if you guys, whatever, ask the question in the chat. I got you. So yeah, 1 hour insane bullish closure above the range. And we do have this 1 hour range that I marked off at the 4080s, 4083-ish, right? So I took my buy space of a break and retest setup here on the low time frames, but we could also kind of see a pullback maybe on the high time frames again. So if price would like to come back down after closing here in this form of a bullish candle, we could see price kind of come back to the 4080s or 83, start bouncing around, maybe even take out some liquidity and then continue rising. So if that should be the case, this will be also a nice potential area to be looking to long this market here, or to long gold, and then long it up into the previous highs that it reached before starting a pullback, right? So because based off this, it could create a double top and then just start moving bearish again. So you want to make sure you get in and get out at the right time. Does the crash affect Forex? I do believe it kind of affected it, but not as heavy as it impacted crypto. Any giveaways today? Maybe, if you're lucky. Maybe. All right, let's check out USD JPY here. All right, so as always, start off on the higher time frames. Man, this candle's looking crazy, bro. We even got a gap down here. Wow. Okay, so absolutely gap to the upside. So this is showing some strength in the USD right now. Yeah, so weekly is bullish. After like after like 10 weeks, I personally would never trade this pair if I'm personally honest, because it's just way too slow. You guys see this? These are weekly candles, and during 10 weeks, it was just consolidating, so you really didn't get any setups whatsoever. So if you're just trading this pair and you're just focusing on trading this, man, oh man, do you have a patience? Do you have a strong discipline? Because I cannot manage to trade this at all. But we finally broke out to the upside, so my bias is bullish here on USD JPY. Now we did kind of get like a gap down here, so price could potentially come and fill this gap. I mean, it really depends if it's on all charts, right? but we got a gap here. We got this box, this consolidation box. So we can see pullback in this range and look to long this, or you could wait for a break and retest above this 4-hour highs over here. Hope I can win a giveaway today because I'm not sure. I never win. Maybe, man. You gotta keep showing up. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Still expecting the retest on gold? Yeah. How do you personally handle losing streaks without letting emotions take over? Fada is a great question. So, look, there's one thing that we also learned during the retreat in Brazil. There's one thing that is certain in trading, only one thing, and that is your loss. That's the only thing a trader can control. We cannot control how much profit we make because we handle emotionally. We close at a 2R, we could make a 3R, or we hold for a 4R. So, the profits vary and they're never guaranteed. But what's guaranteed is our loss and our stop loss. So that's the only thing we can control. So the moment you start looking at stop losses as a literal stop loss, right? It's hindering you on losing more money than you're actually wanting to. So, if you look at stop losses and at losses as something positive and switch your mindset, that will help you to just become like a way more disciplined and better trader. So, when being in a losing streak, you must be confident in your strategy and know that long term your strategy works. But not every strategy is going to work 24/7. There are times of the year where your strategy goes better and then where it performs worse and then better and then worse, but you have to see and look at the big picture throughout the entire year. Throughout the entire year, ask yourself, is my strategy actually profitable? If yes, then don't let like a few losing streaks make you unsure of your own strategy. You just got to keep applying the same strategy again and again and again, and in long term, that's where you're going to have your edge. So that's the edge in trading. And then also accept the fact that losses are part of the game. Losses are the most common and the most normal thing in trading. And the only problem is that our brain, since we were younger, is wired in a way where losing or being the loser is bad. But in trading, you have to absolutely switch it up and rewire your brain to the fact that losing is awesome, because now with every loss, you can learn something new and become better day by day. So it's just a mindset shift, bro, honestly. So I hope you kind of understood what I mean. See, freaking gaps totally missed Biden markets. Yeah, the Biden markets were insane, bro. They were super smooth. Yo, Patrick, what's up, my boy? Speaking like a lion, yeah, bro. Always during the streams, I'm in my flow, absolute flow, bro. Biggest psychological barrier where I faced when I started trading. Honestly, like my biggest issue, right, was over trading. Over trading for me was one of the hardest things to control and go get over with. But throughout the years, right, I had to fail so many times. Like I lost a lot of money. I lost so much money to a point where I was just like, bro, I don't know if this even works. And if so, then it's got to be me, right? I'm the problem. It's not the market. So the moment you start looking at yourself as a problem, you're gonna start looking for answers. So, you do your research, you start reading books, you start working on your psychology, you start meditating, and so on and so forth. And now that is what basically ended up me getting out of that rabbit hole of over trading and over leveraging. And now another thing that I also recommend to my students is always have a safe stream of income. It doesn't matter if it's a 9 to 5, doesn't matter if it's a business, doesn't matter if it's a mini job, whatever it is, like you got to have some type of stream of income besides trading, because if you're only dependent on trading, then your performance is gonna suck, and that's just the reality, bro. So you want to use trading as a tool, but not as your last resource. So if you are only like, if you're working in 9 to 5 right now, you're doing amazing. Keep working on that job and keep saving money and put some money to the side so you can invest that into challenges, invest it into your own personal account and your trading account and in your experience and in your knowledge, right? But don't quit your job just yet. Like, use your job as a tool. And I promise you, the moment you have a goal and a straight way, like yeah, the moment you have like a goal of where you want to be, and how you want to use trading as your tool, your energy at work will shift, because now you're not just working a 9 to 5, not knowing where you're going to be in 1 or 2 years. Now you are going there with an intention, because you know that every hour you invest in that 9 to 5 will give you some cash that you're going to be able to reinvest into your knowledge, into trading, into a business, right? So now the energy will shift at work. That's what happened to me, because I used to work, as a fitness trainer. Bro, I was working for 3.5 years, and by the end of every month I had $0 left, because I had like the worst spending habits, right? So for 3.5 years, imagine that every month you end up with $0 on your bank account. And I had like the mindset shift where I was like, how could it be that I just wasted 3.5 years of my life and I wasn't even able to save up any money whatsoever? So that's when I started shifting that and changing that, and actually putting some money to the side. And now my energy at work was different, because now I had a goal. I was like, oh yeah, if I save X amount of money every month, by the end of the year, I'm gonna have X amount of money available for my trading, for my business. And now I came with the best attitude to the work, because I was like, yo, give me money, like, right? So that's what I'm saying, guys. It's really all about the perspective. How do I say discipline when trades move against my expectations? Risk management, man. Before entering, you gotta know where to get in. You gotta know where you want to get out, and then just stick to that. Because every trade we take the first trade we take and every day is the best trade. That's just the first thing. And before entering on a trade, our mind is in the best mental state, because we're just getting started with trading. We just had our analysis, everything is fresh, everything is good, and we're not emotionally attached to the trade yet. But what happens the moment you enter on a trade? That's when you're going to start being emotional, because now you are attached to the result, either to the loss or to the win, right? So the moment you start attaching yourself, that's when you're going to start breaking your rules. You're going to start moving your stop loss and so on and so forth. So just don't do that. Just don't do that. Do you believe emotions can ever be an advantage in trading, or should they be eliminated completely? I do not believe that you should eliminate them completely, because at the end of the day, we're all humans, and humans are emotional. So it's fine to be emotional. But what you want to make sure is that you are in a balance of emotions, because either you're too on the negative side and you feel and you feel down, you start over trading, blah blah blah, or you're way too much on the positive side where you're euphoric and you start being greedy and you start taking more trades because you want to make more money, blah blah blah. So it's basically just trying to stay in the middle and in the balance, and always being in the best possible emotional state that you can be. But eliminating emotions completely, I believe, is almost impossible, because at the end of the day, every trader has an emotional threshold. So for you, your emotional threshold could be, oh my God, I'm up $200. This is so much money. I have to close right now. For me, my emotional barrier could be, I don't know, I'm up 3K, 4K on the day. That's a lot of money for the day, and maybe I should close now. And then for other traders, it's 30, 40, 50, maybe 100K a day, and that's their emotional threshold. But sooner or later, every trader has a threshold. It could be million, could be 2 million, but sooner or later the trader will, bend, because that's the emotional threshold. So even if you try to eliminate your emotions, they will be there the moment you reach your threshold. Most people use robo because no emotions. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not a big fan of bots, trading bots. They kind of work for like a period of time, but then they don't, and it's like I'd rather be the one in charge. Fun with Sun is like, you came with so many questions, bro. Hold on for a while. Man, I love these questions. Fada is really killing it with the questions. He even got the crown for that. That's crazy. But I love the questions, man, because I believe that, if nobody is asking this, then you won't learn anything. But if there's one person asking and then you kind of relate to it, but you didn't ask the question and you can still kind of take something from it, I believe that that's amazing. Um, so what habits have helped me develop emotional resilience in the markets? So what helped me a lot is working out. That's like the number one thing. working out, because when you're working out, you're going to clear your mind. So even if it's just like 20, 30 push-ups before your training session, then going and grab fresh air to boost your mental state and your focus, that's one thing that really helped me. And now besides that, praying, I pray a lot. I talk a lot to God. I have a great relationship with God, and I believe that when talking to God, he kind of leads the way. That's how I can say it. He leads the way. He gives me a feeling if what I'm about to do is the right thing, or if I should not do it, right? So, having a good relationship with God for me really helped also improve my resilience and my discipline in trading actually. I know a lot of people probably don't think about it that much, but it's actually like, don't let me lie to you guys, it's a game changer. Like, really. Risk management for sure as well. Fear of missing out during volatile market moves. Man, I'm fine with what the market gives me. I'm fine. And I'm also at this point in my trading career where if I don't get a trade at all, I'm fine with it. Could be 3 days, could be 5 days, could be an entire week where I don't take any trades if I don't get a setup. So, but you're gonna have to get to that point as well, because we're all excited. We want to be in a trade every day just because of the feeling and because of the dopamine. So those are all things and phases you're gonna have to go through as a trader for you to get to a point where you're fine with not taking a trade. And now those days where you don't take a trade will make you an even better and more disciplined trader than if you would basically trade every day. What's up, King Yenkua? Welcome to the stream, man. Glad you're here. But you're missing my questions I asked too. You ignored. Oh, tell me again, Fun with Sandy. I'm sorry. What mindset shift had the greatest impact on your trading performance? Man, the craziest mindset shift was not looking at losses as something bad, but looking at losses as something good. If you're able to switch your mindset to that, the profits you can make on trading are limitless, like literally. Because losses at the end of the day is the only thing that triggers us, because we're not fine with seeing red, we're not fine with losing. But if you can switch that exact thought of losing is bad to losing is good because I can learn from it and it's part of the game, you squeeze the markets every day. You just squeeze them, bro. Start squeezing. But honestly, like I'm gonna be fully transparent, man. I'm not perfect, right? I do have days where I still kind of break my rules. Not to a point where I blow my accounts, but sometimes it happens, man. If I didn't sleep well, if I'm stressed out, if I have problems with in my private life, whatever, and I carry that into my trading, then I also sometimes break rules. I'm not perfect, right? So even being able to say that and being able to accept the fact that nobody is perfect, but you're still, putting in the work every day and try to improve every day, that is enough, man. And you should be able to do that for yourself as well. Some guy on YouTube, I do not trade futures. I used to for a short period of time, then stopped again. But I believe they're great, man. They're absolutely awesome. If you have a good platform to trade futures on, that's awesome, bro. And gold, you can also trade gold as a future. It's literally it's called GC exclamation mark. Yeah, Umo, no setup, no trade. Facts. Thank you. I've been improving my trading skill and I'm back in profit on my 25K funded. Let's go, King Yanko. I love to hear that, man. I love to hear that. It's also important to really reflect your trades, guys. Like at the end of the week, reflect all your trades, see what went right, see what went wrong, and then really, but really improve the next week. Don't ignore your mistakes. Look at the mistakes. Didn't attach to P&L is game changer. Absolutely agree, man. Like, don't trade P&L, trade your strategy, right? Being patient for my 200K account. Oh, it's coming, King. It's coming, bro. Best believe. Everyone's mindset is different, though, so his breakthrough is different from yours. 100%, Rachel. Totally agree. That's also very important to mention because, like, every trading journey is different. For me personally, that's why I keep saying it. It took 2 years for me to become profitable, and for some people, 2 years is a lot of time. And for other people, 2 years is nothing because maybe they're already in the third year, fourth year, and they're still not profitable. So it all comes up to you. It all comes up to you. I've heard of students, I have a community and I have a few students that are already profitable after like 4, 5, 6 months. And I'm like, bro, how are you already at that level? And it took me 2 years. But like I said, don't compare yourself to others. Just compare yourself with yourself. So if you compare yourself with your yesterday person, right, with you yesterday, you're already one step ahead. That's so amazing. And that's what you should focus on. Focus on your own progress. Do not compare yourself with others. Oh, we're getting a nice breakout here on gold, guys. It has been consolidating for a few minutes. If you got a 5 minute closure above the range, that could be a nice break of the high setup here. I'm personally not going to take it because I already hit my profit target for the day. But for a short quick buy, that could be maybe something like this for a quick 1-to-1. No financial advice though, and it has to close above in the next 3 minutes. If it doesn't close above, stay awake. What exact strategy do I use? Break and retest? Yes, Frank. I use break and retest. I use bounce plays, and I use break of the high and break of the low setups. But mainly, my go-to is really the break and retest setup that you guys can see down here. So I always wait for the market to open at 3:30. Where's the arrow here? Here. Okay. So I wait for the market to open 3:30. Wait for a pullback, got a fair value gap, prices above the 50 EMA. We are in a bullish trend. All of these things are met, and then I get in on the buys here and then take buys up. All right, so this is a break and retest setup. The other setup I have will be, for example, somewhere over here where if this 5 minute closes above strongly, that will be considered the break of the high setup. Now, the break of the high setup is a little more aggressive because I would kind of maybe, put my stop loss below the 5 minute breakout candle. If not, and I want to be a little safer, I will put it below this low here, but only target a quick 1-to-1 and then get out immediately because first of all, it's an aggressive setup on a 5 minute time frame. And second of all, we are currently at all-time highs. So we don't know how far price could continue pushing before starting a pullback. So you want to make sure get in and get out like fairly quick. And then my other setup will be bounce play. So bounce play could be considered down here. For example. So imagine this is a support range, which kind of is. And we see price rejecting this range, pushing up. Come back down, rejecting this range, pushing back up. So if I see at least 2 touches, which is 1, 2, and then price comes back for a third touch, this will be considered a bounce play, and I will get it on buys over here, all the way into previous highs or into new highs. So those are my 3 setups, but it has to be with the trend, obviously. Did you use trade copier for all the trades? Not really. Not really. Like, it depends, really. What I could recommend, though, is if you have issues with looking at bigger numbers and P&L, I would recommend you to create a one personal fund account with $100 and use that as your main account. So the only P&L fluctuating you're going to see is $1. You're down $1, you're down $2, you're up $4, you're up $5, right? And connect that to your bigger challenge accounts, for example, to your 100K, 200K accounts, 50K accounts. And then just focus on a $100 account and the P&L there, and don't bother about your challenges being connected to that in a copy trader. Do you keep a trading journal for your emotions or just for technical data? 100% also for the emotions. So what I like to write down is how was my emotional state before taking a trade? How was it during the trade? And how was it after the trade? And then I want to see how the trade ended up playing out and if I reacted emotionally or if I was emotionally resilient or emotionally strong. If I was strong, it's basically like a going back testing, right? So I want to go back. If my emotions were strong, what did I do beforehand for me to be in that state? Was it meditation? Was it good sleep? Was it exercise? Was it enough water, right? So those are things that you're going to have to go backwards and see, okay, when I did that, my performance went better, I was emotionally stronger, and my trade played out better, right? So and hence now next time you want to keep doing that and applying what works and removing what does not work. That since birth took 4 years. Yeah, bro. Everybody's different. Stop loss. What stop loss? Do you build trading capital from prop? If so, are there any psychological tips to help a beginner? Yeah, I believe that prop firms nowadays are the absolute game changer. When I started trading, because I started trading like 5 years ago, prop firms weren't really a big thing. Like we only had like this one firm, but I thought it was a scam. And then, I was like, damn, I gotta do it by myself. So I was like calculating, like, okay, if I save $1,000 per month, by the end of the year, I'm gonna have 12,000 to trade with. And now this 12,000 I can flip into blah, 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 blah. So I was having like this weird ass like calculations, which were very unlikely to play out. Um, and I believe that, prop firm, when they came into the game and they started becoming more popular and more popular, that was a game changer, because now if you are already an experienced trader and you know how to trade, using a prop firm is literally like a cheat code. It's like, bro, it's sometimes it's a little bit difficult because they do have a lot of rules that you need to be, applying. So you're not as free as you would be if you would have your own account. But at the same time, obviously you're trading with their money and they're giving you profits and profit split. So, it's a win-win basically. So when I started doing that, every time I'd have a payout, I would put like 70% on the side, like of a profit split, 70% on the side, put that into my own funds, right? And then start trading both. Profit split on prop firm, 70% into my own funds. And then my own funds started growing as well. So now I'm at a point where, I'm not really relying on any prop firms anymore, because I also have my own funds working for me at the same time. But you can scale that like unlimitedly. You could be funded 1 million, 2 million, and and make those profit splits and then just move them over to your own funds account. But the ultimate goal as a trader is just to be financial free, but I'll also not rely solely on trading, but use trading as a tool. So I keep telling this to everybody. Don't only rely on trading, but use trading as a tool to print you more money because you have a skill. But you also want to make sure that you work on a stream of income that will provide you passive income where you can make money in your sleep as well. And now, if you combine both, bro, that's the ultimate entrepreneur lifestyle. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm working. I hope it won't form ABC pattern. Man, I don't know about patterns, honestly. Like the ABC don't tell me nothing. Did you ever have it hard in the beginning times when you felt trading wouldn't work? Yeah, absolutely, bro. Um, my voice is low. I'm sorry. Let me yell into the mic. um, but yeah, so I mean, there really was a time where like I kept just breaking my rules and losing all of my money, and I was really struggling and thinking if this is really for me. What changed for me is I was down so bad that I had to make a change at this point. If I wouldn't make a change, I wouldn't be here, right? So you have to be willing to really step up the game, look at yourself in the mirror, accept that you're a loser, and then try to work on that and also work on your confidence when it comes to trading and start small again. Like I would recommend everybody start small, like with a small account, and then just go from there. How do I maintain confidence after a series of losses? Man, is trust the setup. Trust yourself, trust the setup, trust in God, man. That's all I can say. God will buy me that family house one day by the grace of God. Bro, I'm in. I'm in. You got to believe it. Personal definition of a professional trader. For me, a professional trader is a trader that has a strategy, that has a trading plan, and that month upon month can just repeat and execute his strategy without issues. It's not about the money. For me, it's not about the money. It's not about how much money you have. Oh, I have 1 million. I made 1 million with trading. I'm a professional trader. No, because some people make a lot of money, but they're not professional, right? Because they just start flipping accounts or whatever. So for me, professionalism is you have a strategy and you have rules and you just rinse and repeat every single month. That is what makes you professional. How long it takes time to become a profitable trader for you? For me, it took 2 years, around 2 years. It is. I'm really grateful for prop firms overall, especially if the rules are fair. I will trade on that prop firm. Yeah, King. Totally agree. By the way, I have a discount going on until October 16th. The discount code is Evan Oct from October. Evan Oct. Let me type it in the chat. You guys can save 25% on the challenge, guys. So make sure you use the code. I'll send it in the chat here. Evan Oct. I'm using the 50 EMA. How do you balance patience with decisiveness in your trades? Like I said, like having a setup and having rules and then really just waiting for the setup to play out. For me, for example, I would not take any trades right here. Why? Because it's in between my two zones of interest. So I would not trade this, for example. So it's basically me waiting for price to approach my zones like here and then taking trades based off those zones like here, right? If that makes sense. What role does self-awareness play in your daily trading routine? Man, super important. Self-awareness, knowing who you are before your session, knowing who you are for yourself is a no-brainer in trading. Like literally. Like you have to be willing to look at yourself in the mirror and know that I'm looking at you right now, you are the only one in control. It's nobody else, and that's crazy, right? Because sometimes, I'm talking out of experience, sometimes I'll be like, no, this can't be. The market makers are against me. The market is against me. The entire world is against me. No, bro. It's literally you. Like, nobody was forcing you to click on buy or sell. You did it. So why are you trying to like give the fault to the world without giving the fault to yourself first? Right. So being self-aware that you are the one in control, that really, really helps a lot. And you have to be willing to put down your ego, because trading and ego, they don't go along. They just don't, right? You got to separate your ego from yourself and separate your ego from trading and just leave your ego somewhere else. I don't care where. Don't bring it into your trading session because that will kill you basically. Did I use multiple strategies? No, honestly, no. Like my first contact with trading was price action. And then I just started kind of developing my own strategy and see what works. But I mainly stayed with price action. I only use, for example, from the smart money concept or ICT, I use fair value gaps as like a super sniper entry method. But besides that, it's just price action and EMA. If there's no purpose, one won't trade well. Yeah, if there's no purpose, for sure, bro. But I believe that most of us, we have a purpose. How do you avoid comparing your progress to other traders? Man, honestly, my tip I can give you, unfollow any trader that gives you a weird feeling. So what happened to me is I was at the beginning of my trading journey, I was following a lot of traders like from all over the world. And every time I look at their stories, man, I'd see like, yo, just made 10K profit, just made 50K profit, just made X amount of money profit, just bought this car, just bought this house. Man, I started comparing myself and I'm like, bro, this is actually killing me, because now I will hop on the charts and just look for anything because I was trying to keep up, right? I'm like, how is this guy just trading for 1 year and already making more per day than I am, right? This cannot be. So that's when your emotions start kicking in. You start comparing yourself. You start, doing a bunch of unnecessary mistakes. What did help me? Just unfollow. Literally unfollow. I only follow like 100 people. And out of those 100 people, there's only like 10 traders that I really, connect with, that I really look up to, that I'm really on one wavelength, right? But if there's any moment where I feel like I'm comparing myself, I just got to remove that person and don't look at the stories and don't follow. Simple as that. And then the contrary, got to make sure you follow people that actually inspire you, man. You got to make sure you follow pages that inspire you, that motivate you to keep going and keep going. You don't want to be following like unnecessary pages. I don't have anything against memes or funny memes, right? But if you're just following funny memes, that's literally brain rot. And you end up doom scrolling and just looking at brain rot the entire time, man. Your trading and overall your life performance is not going to be the best. So instead of following like memes and brain rot pages, how about you follow motivational pages or entrepreneur pages, or business pages, something where you can actually get a value from if you should find yourself doom scrolling. That's how I did it, and that actually worked. What inspires you when everything is wrong, when you are in a phase of struggle? Man, my goals for my family, my goals for my friends, my goals for the world, man, because I want to help the world like a lot, right? I'm already doing a lot. I just want to do more. So every time when you wake up with that ground motivation, that motivation is the one that's going to fool you, like not fool but fuel sorry, fuel you to keep putting in the work and keep grinding. And it's not, trading is not about you anymore. If you put your focus on something bigger, trading is going to be what's going to help your family, right? It's going to be what's going to help your friends. And it's going to help everyone around you. So you're not clicking buy or sell for you anymore, but you're clicking buy and sell for a lot of people. So when you realize that, then why would you keep breaking the rules if you know that every time you break your rules, you're taking one step backwards instead of taking a step forward? Preach. Amen. How do you measure growth as a trader beyond just profit? Um, I mean, you could analyze, like I said, like your emotional state and your growth, and also compare yourself. Like, how, at what stage was I a year ago? At what mental stage was I a year ago? And at what mental stage am I now? And what can I do every day to learn something new? Because every day is a chance to learn something new in every field. Could be in trading, could be in business, could be in emotionals, in psychology, whatever it is. There's always something new to learn. So if every day you're just 1% better, you're already 1% better than yesterday, period. So focus on learning something new every day. And that's what's going to keep you going through phases of struggle. Everyone give a like on the stream. Listen to Patrick, guys. Leave a like on the stream for this crazy value. You really got me. Oh man, find out with his questions, man. You gotta comment every stream because your questions are really, really deep, very essential, very valuable. So if you ask the right question, you get the right answer. So drop a like in the comments, guys, for this value. I really, really love that. Being able to provide this value here, and having people actually listening to me and taking some of the words to heart, because I believe that's very, very important. And for me, what's so important is to be authentic and to be honest, because nowadays it's so difficult to find people that are actually authentic and honest. So that's what I'm here for, man. That's what I'm here for. Do you believe mindset can outperform strategy in the long run? Yes, I do believe so, actually. I believe that they go hand in hand, obviously. They should go hand in hand 100%. But if you don't have the right mindset and psychology, you could have the best strategy on earth. You're still going to overtrade. You're still going to over leverage. You're still not going to accept losses. And that will put you in the doom spiral, right? You could have a nice strategy, but if you're breaking all the other rules, what use case do you have, right? Now, if on the other hand, you have a strong wired mindset, you have a strong emotional, discipline, I could just be taking buys after every bullish engulfing candle on a 5-minute time frame, and I would still make money. I don't really need like the craziest strategy to make it work. I just need consistency and discipline. Thank you, D Slag. Appreciate your feedback, man. Thank you, Princess Rachel. Love you guys. Frank Gabriel, my first time, and I really enjoyed your time. Appreciate you, man. That's what I'm here for. Thank you, Calvin, for the W's. What do you feel when something is shift feeling inside? I meant profitable tables. What do you feel when something is shift feeling inside? Profitable trades? I don't really get the question, bro. But if you mean how I feel when I'm in a profitable trade, I mean, it's a good feeling, not gonna lie. But if I'm in a loss, it should also be a good feeling. That's where you want to go, like emotionally. 1% every day, exactly. 1% better every day. Princess Rachel, make sure to reach out to the support on Discord. Join the Discord, write a message to support, and maybe with a little bit of luck, with a little bit of luck, you'll make it. Appreciate you, the unknown trader. All right, guys, we have 10 minutes. So you know what that means for everybody that just joined. I'm going to be giving away 3 10K challenges to 3 lucky winners. So here's how you can enter. First of all, leave a like on the stream. If you don't like the stream, you're not going to be entered on the giveaway. So that's the first thing. Got to leave a like on the stream. Now, secondly, let me see what we're going to do now. Secondly, in order to enter on a giveaway, I need you guys to... Is that a hashtag? No, where's the hashtag? Bro, I can't find my hashtag. Okay, I'm not gonna type it in here, but it's gotta be hashtag ThinkCapital. Hashtag, drop some hashtag ThinkCapital all in small in the comment section to enter on the giveaway, guys. King Jinkwa, preach. Totally agree. Gotta follow the plan, man. What you feel when you start writing profitable to profitable? Oh, that's what you mean. Like how I feel, bro. It feels great, and it feels like you're actually making progress. You know, when you compare yourself to when you weren't making any progress. Trading views bugging? How is it bugging? Is it bugging with me? Hashtag ThinkCapital in the comments, guys. We'll be selecting actually I will be selecting 2 winners because I would like to give 1 challenge to Fada. I made my decision. 1 challenge for Fada because he absolutely carried the stream with amazing questions, which I believe gave a lot of people value. So shout out to Fada. You got the first challenge. And now we're going to do the giveaway for another 2 people here. So hashtag ThinkCapital all small in the comment section, guys. Let's go. I got you, Fada. You already know I got you, bro. Was a pleasure. Come on, keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. You still got 2 chances to win, man. Spam ThinkCapital all small in the comments. Leave a like on the stream. If you don't like, you're not gonna be entered. So make sure you're liked. Because I don't want to select you and then you're like, oh, I didn't like it. Oh. You know what I mean? All right, let's get the link here. Let's get it working. You still got a few minutes to enter, guys. If you haven't yet, hashtag ThinkCapital all in small, and you will be eligible to win a 10K challenge here. All right, we're loading. Why is it not loading? Come on now. Yo, for anybody who got in on buys, congratulations. You about to smash TP here. Like the breakout strategy literally played out. Two winners. Hashtag. Oh, damn. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? I think we're ready, guys. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Confirm. Okay. Reload this. Share screen. Let's get started with the party, guys. All right, you guys see this? We got 2 winners. We got filtered by hashtag ThinkCapital. I hope I wrote it correctly. Yes. All in small. 10 seconds countdown. Got a lot of participants. Let's refresh this here. And let's see who is going to win. Let's confirm. And let's start the countdown. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And the winners are Keras and TVOP. Congratulations. Have you won a challenge before? If so, drop it in the comments and we'll give it to somebody else. If not, then spam some W's for the winners here. Spam some W's for the winners, guys. Also, shout out to, I think it was Fada. To all the winners, make sure you go over to our Discord and write a message to the support and you will get your login details. Congratulations, guys. Ferris is like, finally, let's go. Okay, so I'm guessing that you guys have not won before. All right, then I would say it's well deserved. We got 3 W's. We got 3 awesome winners. I'm super happy with how the stream went today, man. I'm definitely gonna rewatch it myself. I'm gonna rewatch the stream myself because there was a lot of value in that stream today. Andralik, you keep coming, bro. Keep coming. Keep showing up, man. I see you. W. All right, guys. So before we stop here, I'm gonna go over gold here for a second, so you guys kind of know what to expect throughout the week. So let's do a last breakdown here on gold. Okay, so if the daily close is bullish engulfing here, we could wait for price to pull back into 4061-ish and wait for break and retest setup and then take high probability buys. That will definitely be a play that I would like to see. Now, as of for today, guys, let me see. Yeah, so for today, you kind of want to wait for this 1 hour to close, which will be closing in 2 minutes. And then we will have a new fair value gap formed on the 1 hour here from this point to this point. So if in the next few hours, price could kind of come back down and like retest this range, give you a buy entry signal or a break of structure to the upside on the 5-minute time frame, then you could take buys back up into the previous highs over here. But overall, man, I'm still super bullish. Even if price starts breaking below this range, I would not take any sells just because it's considered very aggressive. So I would definitely, wait for price to pull back into this range, start breaking structure, give me some nice, entry areas, and then I will take buys here as well. Sells, honestly, I would only see sells if we start closing back under the daily range here and start breaking structure to the downside, and then also start closing below the 50 EMA. That's the only way where I would see and look to the short-term sells, back down into like this 4,000 range. That's the only way I would see sells. But honestly, overall, still pretty bullish here on gold. You're welcome, guys. It was an absolute honor, as always, to be here on the live, and I really hope to see all of you next Monday again. Also, make sure to tune in on the other lives. We have a live on Wednesday. We have a live on Friday with Joey Trades as well. So make sure you join in on those live sessions as well because they're also super valuable. And besides that, I'll see you guys next Monday. Remember to not break your rules, do not overtrade, do not over leverage. Follow your plan, follow your strategy, and control your emotions. Remember, when you break your emotions and you break your rules, you're taking steps backwards instead of forwards. So you always want to evolve, always 1% better. So make sure you follow your rules, and let's go. Peace out.